ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः वर्णानामर्धसङ्घानां रसानां छन्दसामपि मङ्गलानां च कर्तारौ वन्दे वाणी विनायकौ भवानी शङ्करौ वन्दे श्रद्धाविश्वासरूपिणौ याभ्यां विना न पश्यन्ति सिद्धस्वान्तस्तमीश्वरम् वन्दे बोधमयं नित्यं गुरुं शङ्कररूपिणं यमाश्रितो हि वक्रोऽपि चन्द्रः सर्वत्र वन्द्यते सीतारामगुणग्राम पुण्यारण्यविहारिणौ वन्दे विशुद्धविज्ञानौ कवीश्वर कपीश्वरौ उद्भवस्थितिसंहार कारिणीं क्लेशहारिणीं सर्वश्रेयस्करीं सीतां नतोऽहं रामवल्लभाम् यन्मायावशवर्ति विश्वमखिलं ब्रह्मादिदेवासुरा यत्सत्त्वादमृषैव भाति सकलं रज्जौ यथा हिर्भ्रमः यत्पादप्लवमेकमेव हि भवां बोधे स्थितिर्षावतां वन्देऽहं तमशेषकारणपरं रामाख्यमीशं हरिं नानापुराणनिगमागमसम्मतं यद् रामायणे निगदितं क्वचिदन्यतोऽपि स्वान्तसुखाय तुलसी रघुनाथ गाथा भाषा निबन्धमतिमञ्जुलमातनोति भाषा निबन्धमतिमञ्जुलमातनोति रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः सीताया पतये नमः सीताया पतये नमः. We are in Adhyatma Ramayana chapter 2, Balakand chapter 2. Last week we saw verse 5 to 7, I think, or 7th we have to see, and there we saw Lord Shiva, Parvati ji wanted the story of Ramayana in detail. She was not happy with the short form of the whole Ramayana, and that is natural. We should also not be satiated with Lord's Leela in few words. It should be elaborate. It should be till we go to sleep or till we wake up. Till then it should go on. And what better way to live whole life, every evening have satsang, listen to stories of Ramayana, there are so many going on, and listen to one. I usually listen to stories of great masters, someone's experience, someone's life, something like that, every night before going to sleep. So that is the way. And here Parvati ji, the best person for her to ask is Lord Shiva, and she says, please tell me in detail. And when to that Lord Shiva said, oh goddess, listen. So he is not saying, oh my wife. He is invoking the goddess in her. When will the goddess express through you or through you or you also? When? when does goddess express through each one of you? Just by calling you goddess, does the goddess come out? Hello? Then
Purified mind.
then what?
When there is understanding in both of them.
No, here there is no both here. There is no both here. Shivji is not a husband of Parvati here. If he was the husband, he would have said, my darling, my wife. He is calling her goddess, and she called him the ultimate one when she asked the question. She didn't ask the question from her husband. These are points to be noted. So now that Ramchandraji's first chapter has been done, we talked about the Adhyatma where Sitaji explained. Now to understand in depth, in detail, understanding of who Ram is, what Ram Leela actually is, what do you require? What are the prerequisites? Prerequisites are that you are available to the story. So Parvati ji has to remember, she can't bring the husband that why he is not telling me, why he should have told me without me asking him, am I not his half wife, is it not 50-50? All this BS which goes on nowadays, this is not family. This is all contractual. Huh? So here she is talking to the law, to the infinite principle, conscious principle, and she is the Shakti. So he is invoking the goddess. Many times Parvati ji has not listened to Shivji and she has fallen. So then the fallen Shakti or Parvati, is she qualified to hear this? No. Then who is qualified? Goddess is qualified. Goddess is who? Where is goddess? It is in your mind only. Your mind, if Shivji's Shakti is Parvati, who is your Shakti? Your mind. Mind has to be integrated. Mind has to be pure. Mind has to be focused, ekagrachit. Then to such a mind, when the story is told or the instructions are given, it clicks. Otherwise, we keep listening and listening and listening and listening, and we know we can complete the sentence of the teacher, but we are not complete. So this drawback is, so when our Swamiji calls everyone, Are Mahatma, so it's not that he is trying to put him down or he is being sarcastic. He is invoking the great one which is inherent within each one of us. So in that way, he says that I shall tell you the most secret and mysterious story of Adhyatma Ramayana, which was earlier narrated to me by Sri Ram. Now I am going to begin the narration of Adhyatma Ramayana, which is the remover of all the three tapas. We talked about it last week. The Adi Bhautik Tap, Adi Daivik Tap, and Adhyatmik Tap. Adi Bhautik Tap is the circumstances which are in control but become a problem to us. Adi Daivik Tap is when those circumstances which are not in our control. And if we are a human conscious human being, is there a difference between us and Brahman? No. There is no difference between us and Brahman. This thought came the other day. So there is no difference between us and Brahman. Then why have we created steps to reach Brahman? Bhur-bhuva swa-tapa janamaha satyam. Why have we created these steps? At each one of these steps there are devatas. Who are devatas? Expanded consciousness. They are more powerful than you. So you have, if you don't behave properly, they will punish you. They will what? How do they punish you? They take their power, which is expressing through you, back. So if you go around looking and everywhere you look, you find faults. Surya Bhavan says, let me take my energy back. This fellow is not looking anything good. So you start wearing glasses like me. See? If you don't breathe properly, the Ashwini is calling, जाने दे इसका क्या करना है, चलो lung problem शुरू. See? So, so Adi Devik means Adi Devik tap is when the Devatas, higher potentialities, which are nothing but expressions of that infinite consciousness. You are also expression of infinite consciousness because you have created a distance between yourself and Brahman. So in between are these all potential productive potentials called the Devatas, who are at the totality level and also at this individual level. They are all present in your body somewhere or the other. Sun, Moon, Indra, Vishnu, Shiva, so on it goes on, Ashwini Kumar. So they start, Adi Devik Tap, they start withdrawing their energy. So then for no reason COVID comes, for no reason everything is fine. Suddenly heart attack and died. Why? Adi Devik. And then last is Adhyatmik Tap, and that is when we become a problem to ourselves. How? By our own thinking. When our mind is not in control, that is. So what does Adhyatma Ramayana do? It clears all the three taps. Tapas. Tapas is inflictions. Who is the Lord? Who is Sri Ram? Who is free of inflictions? He is the master of Prakriti. So he is not affected by anything. Whereas we are slaves of Prakriti. So we are affected of it. We are at the mercy of these three inflictions. So, and this is what we are trying to so people tell me, oh, I wish I die without knowing. I wish I die with a stroke. I won't even know that the stroke came, I'm gone. What if it doesn't go away? Then you are paraplegic for the rest of your life. No, then I will die heart attack. That तरीकी सोचा तो कैसे सोचा? Or rather, I go to sleep and I don't wake up. Is this a wish? And you feel proud of it that you are wishing these type of things? Why can't, if you have to wish this, why don't you wish that I die consciously? That is noble, that is worthy. If you keep thinking like that, maybe, just maybe, with the last breath, the grace of the Lord flows and you are conscious. Story over. But we are the worst enemy of ourselves because we talk to ourselves negatively most of the times. So in this manner, these three tapas, see, who are Rakshasas? Totally lost the plot. Totally lost the plot. Who are Devatas? They have lost the plot, but they have an ego that we are Sattvic. That we are Sattvic. And who is God? God has got no mind, so he has got no problems. So who are you going to go after? You can invoke the potential in your mind to kill the asuric vritti or rakshasic vritti. You can ask for a grace of all the gods to help you grow further. Show them that you are not in competition with them. You are aiming for the one beyond them. Then they will be happy. Otherwise, if you say, hey, what? I am going to invoke, I saw the sun. Sometimes I saw the sun, I saw the moon, I saw the Gandharva. अरे इसको दिख गया, मारो साले को. ज़्यादा फड़फड़ा रहा है. But if you show them that you are not interested in their position, you don't want to invoke this power to be a great musician, Gandharvas will test you. If you want to be a great Ayurvedic, then the Ashwini Kumar will test you. And so on, everyone will test you. Every time, anyway, that story will come afterwards. Like Vishwamitra built for Trishanku, he created a whole universe. What did happen? What happened after that? He lost all the energy from his tapasya, isn't it? So that's exactly what happens to us. So be very alert and vigilant what you put your head into, what project you begin, with whom you get involved, how much you get involved. sometimes we get over involved and then we find it difficult to come out. And then अंदर से किर 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 हो रहा है, बाहर से एयर होस्टेस की तरह. So, this is Adhyatmic tap. Inside all bubbling, but outside smiling. This is Adhyatmic tap. Anyway, but Bhagwan, so what should individual do? Individual be as a seeker. What we should do? We should think of him, not some any demigod, any devta. We should think of that ultimate one, who is the master of the Prakriti. Then the tapa, these afflictions are only at the level of Prakriti. So in this way, listen carefully. By hearing it, the creature is liberated from the great fear induced by ignorance and delusion, and achieves great fame, renown, and long life, as well as bestowed with sons and grandsons. That is happy household and family. Naturally, if you grow, if you become integrated in your mind, manasa vacha kaya, if you become integrated, integration itself means the Prakriti is at your fingertips. Prakriti is ready to serve you. When you are in harmony with yourself, integration means you are in harmony with yourself. That means your mind is in harmony with the spirit. When your mind is in harmony with spirit, contemplating on it, where is the whole Prakriti? Daivik Prakriti or Bhautik Prakriti, where is it? It's in your mind only. Everything aligns. And as a result, all the wealth of all happiness, joy, respect, name, fame, everything, whatever is required, it automatically comes. Some people get lost in it. We should not get lost in it. You see, these also come, but we should not get lost in it. Because you get lost in it like Vishwamitra got lost in it, you will have to start all again from zero. And if life is not left too long, then next life, lage raho. A, I, E, U. Again. So in this manner, then here he starts the story. In the 6th verse, we saw that last week. Once upon a time, Mother Earth, who was weary and tormented by the burden of Ravana and other demons, took the form of a cow and, accompanied by gods and sages, went to the abode of Lord Brahma, the creator. So it is traditionally the earth, she is considered as the cow. I explained it all in detail last week. She takes the form of the cow, and along with the devatas, because how do devatas survive? Can devatas survive by themselves? No. They need food from the human beings. Ahuti. If you don't give ahuti, they cannot survive. So all of them, along with, in other words, what did I just now tell you? Where are devatas? In the whole. Prithvi is the body. Devatas are within. All the faculties. So whether you take this, the Prithvi, the whole, with all the devatas, she went to Brahmaji. Why did she go to Brahmaji? Because Ravana was becoming a mischief, creating mischief. He had become so powerful. How did he become powerful? He was given the power by the Creator himself. Why did he give power to this stupid fellow, so much power? Because he did tapasya. And the rule for Brahmaji or the Creator is, if anyone single-pointedly does meditation and tapasya on him, at a particular point, he has got no freedom not to give boon. So whatever boon is within his capacity, he kept giving him, and the Ravana became very powerful. He was the lord of the 3 worlds. Which are the 3 worlds? Waking, dream, deep sleep. Or Bhur Bhuva Swaha, immediate worlds. The nether world, the earthly world, and the heavenly world. All the three worlds, he was the master. Indra, this, that, all of them were his servants. Rakshasas, Asuras were also his servants because he was the lord of all of them. He was himself practicing all the yoga and sadhana and puja and home, but he was killing sannyasis everywhere, those who were doing the same thing. So, such a character he was, and when killing and murder and looting is done just for joy, then earth becomes, if your body is afflicted by disease after disease, वो क्यों आया भाई? I ate all, I am eating very good food, I am eating sattvic food. Why am I getting diabetes? I don't know. Oh, why did I get piles? I don't know. Oh, why did I get kidney failure? I don't know. पर कुछ न कईयों का होता है, एक के बाद एक प्रॉब्लम आते ही रहते हैं. What did you do? No, I have not done bad to anyone. I have not spoken bad to anyone. I have not misappropriated money from anyone. I have been a very godly person all the time. पर कहीं ना कहीं तो गलती की होगी. See? So when all these things start, earth, she is just being earth. She has not done anything wrong to anyone. Yet someone on earth is giving her trouble. See? Like now, Ukraine and Quad versus China and all these, COVID. So much disruption going on earth. Earth must be in pain. So much drilling of oil. So many earthquakes, so many, all this, we think that it is happening outside. But all that is happening outside is a reflection of what is happening in our mind. In general, we have been talking in the car also. In general, today's person's mind is very, very volatile. There is no coolness. Very quickly it reacts. Very quickly it wants to take revenge. Very quickly it suspects. It's become like that. How we did not, when we started we were not like that, but where it happened like this. So it is whatever it is. So now the earth is tired of these afflictions, just like we are also tired of afflictions. When we get tired of afflictions, what do? We do exercise. We take the soil and put it into the trailer, and then take the soil from the trailer, put it on the ground. Now we go to the doctor, isn't it? We go to the doctor, please remove my afflictions. What does he do? He gives you a medicine. What happens after 10 years? He says, oh, now that theory is gone. Now they are saying some different medicine. Rules have changed. Blah, 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 blah. You are just a guinea pig. So if we have gone, like for example, I have got a hip pain. I'll tell you, I have been to allopathic doctor. He said, take this medicine, take this medicine, get MRI done, take X-ray done, take this radiograph done, everything कर लिया, कुछ नहीं हुआ. फिर उसके बाद गया फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट. 3 months of physiotherapy. Good, मेरी एक्सरसाइज अच्छी हो गई. But didn't get fixed. Then I went to acupuncturist. Again 3 months acupuncture. Nothing happened. Now what to do? अभी एक और बाकी है, because insurance covers it. January it started. What is that? Go to chiropractor. 4th, go to Ayurved Shala in India. Why? I still have faith that there is a solution out there in the world. This is that faith is making me work towards deleting all options. But you know, where is the solution? Huh? Surrender to Lord. Body identification will be over. भाड़ में जाए pain. You are not available to the pain. Was Ramana Maharshi available to the pain? Was Ramakrishna available to the pain? No. But we don't. we have more faith in the world than in the Lord. Prithvi, she has more faith in the Lord. But she doesn't know who. So she went to Brahmaji. She knows who is her father. So she went to her. Along with all the Devatas. And what does he say? Then Brahma sat in meditation for one muhurta, that is a period of time equivalent to 1 hour or 48 minutes, literally meaning for a short while, and realized or knew by inspiration the way and means to end her torments and worries, because he is all-knowing or omniscient. Who is all-knowing and omniscient? Brahmaji. Brahmaji is who? Creator. Is he omniscient about maintenance and destruction? No. So he is only omniscient about creation. Remember, you have to contemplate on this. Does the waker know the dream and the deep sleep? No. So he cannot know. So he is omniscient means because he has created the creation, he knows about creation. What does he do? He closes his eyes, he thinks about his source, he thinks about his Lord. Who is his Lord? Narayana. And see, for Brahmaji to be the creator for the entire cycle of creation, he has got that position. He must be very, very integrated person. Very, very highly evolved. See? Satya Sai Baba, he could use the 5 elements and produce anything. Highly evolved. Because all 5 elements are in his. Yes, people say, oh, he is a magician. That is their take because they don't know the other side. He is not misappropriating. He is not stealing from somewhere and giving it. See? Because in the Western thinking, this idea is not there only. So, and man wants to think the way he thinks, he superimposes that on God also. If I am seeing the world, God also must be seeing the world. But God is Satchidanand Swarup. He is one without a second. So what will he be saying? He can't see anything. He sees without seeing. Because he alone is everywhere. सोचने वाले थोड़ा सोचना चाहिए. तो when Brahmaji is creating the creation, that creation which has come about, which is perfectly functioning, the sun, the moon, the planets, the galaxies, everything is synchronized. Can all this synchronized creation, the day, the night, the North Pole and the South Pole and the tilt of the earth, etc. All this, can it happen from an disintegrated person? It can only come from an integrated person. So that integrated mind is Brahmaji. He has used his faculties only for one thing: create creation as an offering to his source. Do we offer, do we create, whether it is thought, whether it is food, whether it is children, whether it is whatever in life, wealth, do we create it for our bhog, our enjoyment, or do we create it as an offering to the Lord? That attitude makes a big difference in life. If we don't have that attitude, we are Rakshasas. If we have that attitude, little bit, we are Devas. If we are perfectly integrated, we are the creator. Otherwise, Vishwamitra could not have created the parallel heaven for Trishangu. He created the entire universe with the heaven. Why did he get that power? From where did it came? From his integrity. It came from his tapasya. See, Brahmaji is doing it effortlessly, and he doesn't lose his energy. Vishwamitra used his energy, began start all over again. Then Menaka came, start all over again. He fought with Vishwamitra and Vishwamitra, Vishishthji, and Vashishthji put the Nandini cow, again went to do tapasya. Then he came with divine weapons. Vishwamitra put the Brahmadand absorbed all his divine weapons. Again again went. How many times he tried? And in the end he realized that he has to surrender in order to become completely integrated. This anger, this jealousy, this comparison, this competition with sage Vasishtha is this thought of competition or jealousy itself is not allowing him to reach that stature of Brahma Rishi. Now think about yourself. Are you having doubts about your own nature? Do you have the doubt that we are, if someone calls you Mahatma, if someone calls you Devi, nahi, Swamiji, don't say that. You just are Bekoof. Nahi, how did you come to know? Swamiji can. Right? So, ya to tum invoke, and why someone has to say, why don't you, when you are listening to satsang, you invoke the higher potentiality within yourself. So Brahmaji, what did he do? The moment he closed his eyes, he heard when he saw Mother Earth coming, he looked, understood what the problem was. देखने से पता चल जाता है, पूछने की भी जरूरत नहीं पड़ती. Well, she told, he saw what the situation was, came to know, he understood what he has to do. He didn't give an answer. What did he do? Comes next. Tasma Kshira Samudra. Where are we? 7. Tasma Kshira Samudra Tiram Agamad Brahmat Daivai Devair Vruto Devya Chakhila Loka Hrustamajaram Sarvajnamisham Harim Astaushi Shruti Siddha Nirmalapadaihi Stotrai Puranodbhavaihi Bhaktya Gadgadaya Girati Vimalaihi Ananda Vashpair Vrutaha. Thereafter, he did not give an answer to Prithvi Mata or the gods. Instead, he says, good, now I know the answer and I know what to do. Let's go. Kahan jayenge? Chalo, we'll go to my boss. And where did they go? And remember, he doesn't know who his boss is. Brahmaji has never seen his boss. Every time he goes to his boss, the boss comes in a different form. Who is his boss? Narayana. Not Narayana which you know. The boss of Brahmaji is Nirgun Nirakar, formless and attributeless. Remember when last week I told you he went into the Nabi, he didn't see anything there. He only heard the sound that time. In the churning of the ocean, that same Narayana appeared as Mandarachal mountain. Then again he appeared as the Kachapa. So he comes in different, he never comes. So Brahmaji doesn't know how he is. Those who have heard my Kena Upanishad, Indra goes, the Yaksha Purusha is there. He has only a slight glimpse and he vanishes. He says, I have seen something, but I can't make out what. And unlike the god of wind and god of water and god of fire, he goes and keeps waiting there, waiting, with full devotion and faith. And Uma Parvati comes and she says, then the moment she comes, he asks her, Parvati, what is Indra? We are talking about Indra and Uma. Who is Uma? Avyakta Shakti, the total Shakti. Indra, only one mind man, or total mind. So she is much powerful. He says, who was that whom I met, saw, but I can't remember who. In a glimpse, he vanished. Ah, he is the infinite one. He is our Father. He alone is expressing through you, me and everyone. He is the source of everything. He is the inspirer of everything. But nothing in this creation can know him. Oh, I feel blessed. Comes back. See? उसी तरह से ब्रह्मा जी, he has gone with all these. Where does he go? Accompanied by all the gods, Brahma took the earth with him and went to the shore of the ocean of milk, Kshir Sagar, the abode of Lord Vishnu. Now they have sent this Hubble telescope and this new telescope they have sent. How far can it see? Maybe further than Hubble telescope, right? And what was the word they used for Hubble telescope? That it can see the edge of the universe. Now with the new telescope, the edge of the universe has gone a few light years ahead. Correct? Because the power is so much, so it has gone further ahead. Because you can see the universe more deep. So now it has gone further. So they came to the edge of the Kshir Sagar. Kshir Sagar, Sagar means ocean, Kshir means milk. Milky ocean. Milky ocean is also the mind. Is our focus purity so much that we have come to the edge of the mind? Have we come to the frontiers, to the horizon? For that all the thoughts have to go, no? Only one thought. Vaikhari Madhyama Pashyanti Para. If this is not happening, this purification is not happening, we cannot come to the edge of our mind. It doesn't say that he entered the Kshir Sagar. They always stand on far away. They never go and touch his feet. Stand far away. And he's praying to the Lord Narayana. Now it's up to Lord Narayana in which form he presents himself. It's up to Lord Narayana how he presents himself to his Shishya. So here he went to there he worshipped and praised Lord Hari, who pervades the whole world, is all-knowing and disease-free, is omniscient and most wise, with a most pure and humble voice, eyes filled with tears of joy and bliss, and a thrilled body using a voice which was most pure, full of devotion, imbued with extreme delight, and was according to the sanctions of the Vedas, and consisted of holy hymns and Puran sanctified stotras. So two things have been told here. What is first? There we worship and praise Lord Hari. Lord will not reveal himself in whichever way he wants to until it is his wish. He may wish. But if you want to, then you have to call him out. He is everywhere. So where is he? Who pervades the whole world. So is he not pervading the world right here? Is he not there between you and me at this moment? Is he not in this book, in these words, in this speech, in this body, in everything? There is no place that the Lord is not. He is the Upadana Karan. He is the material out of which the whole universe is created. He is the Nimitta Karan. He is the one who creates the creation out of himself. The first aspect of the creation was Brahmaji. When he made. Then making him into a tool, he made him create the rest of the creation. What came after Brahmaji came? After Brahmaji came, first came his four heads. Then came Sanat Kumara, then came Narad Muni, then came Saptarishi, then came Daksha Maharaj, then came Manu Shatrupa. And then it went on and on and on. Okay. So, when we think of the Lord, don't immediately fall into the trap of one image on the wall, or one image in a statue, one image in a picture. It may be looking very beautiful, but in the end, it looks human. A freak human with 4 arms, 6 arms, 8 arms. But yes, it is given in the Puranas. That form is given in the Puranas, so it is valid. But in Adhyatma, we are not talking about Puranas. We are not talking about Itihas. We are not talking about how a person should live, what are his duties, what should be his character, what pujas he must do, what pujas he must not do. We are not talking about that. We are not trying to remember something from the past. Adhyatma Ramayana is taking us through the story which comes in the Itihas. Yes, story of Ram comes in the, it comes in the, what do you call, in Srimad Bhagavatam also. It is one whole canto is on Sri Ramayana. See, so we are going to the source. We don't want stories. We want to know who really Ram is, and what is his scope, what is his prowess. So with the most, now the disposition of a disciple, disposition of a devotee is given, because of which the Lord appears in front of the devotee. What is it? With the most pure and humble voice, no arrogance, no pride. I am a Brahmin, I am Sattvic. I take bath 3 times a day. I do Vedas chanting morning, afternoon, evening. I am a Trivedi or a Chaturvedi or Dvivedi. Who cares? God doesn't care. I put the Nama, I put the Vibhuti, and I do puja, I do all the vratas. God doesn't care. If you say I do all this and therefore Lord must come, he'll say, "You're too arrogant, man. You're telling me what all you can do. I want you empty. Then I will reveal." Understand? So, with most pure and humble, if mind is humble, that's quality of the mind, then the voice will also be like that. The type of voice, the intonation of the voice, that will be also such. Eyes filled with joy. When we are striking the chord, when you are doing japa or when you are singing bhajans, you must have experienced it. Sometimes you have been singing bhajan for maybe 2, 3 in one sitting, if you are singing, but suddenly the tone aligns with the divine, and a sudden horripilation spreads through the body, the tears start streaming out. Why was it not happening in the beginning? Why doesn't it happen afterwards? Why only at that moment? Did you invoke it? No. But in that chanting of bhajan or mantra or whatever, suddenly, it unknown to you, you are experimenting, you are trying to surrender. Suddenly, that alignment comes about, even though for a short moment.
Yes.
But it happens. All of you must have experienced it. Question is, it has to be long time. So it has to be repeated again and again and again and again. Not wanting horripulations, not wanting tears, not wanting the fullness of our heart and choking of the voice. We don't want that. We want Lord. If you think that all these symptoms will lead to the Lord, you are mistaken. But if you want the Lord, then these symptoms will automatically, may happen or may not happen. And they happen in the beginning and then they quieten down. It's not that they will keep going on. eyes filled with tears of joy and bliss, a thrilled body, using a voice which was most pure, full of devotion, imbued with extreme delight, and was according to the sanctions of the Vedas. So he started singing the glory of the Lord, maybe Vishnu Sahasranam or Ashtottara. God, 108 names I will chant, and I got a list of 108 things for you to fulfill. See? होता है हम भगवान, when we go to the temple, same thing we do. So with this alignment within manasa vacha kaya, alignment, integrity, synchronization, he is calling out to who? He is on the edge of the Kshir Sagar. What is there? Nothing. It's emptiness. He's calling out. He's awake. You also get to that edge of the Kshir Sagar every night. But what you do? You jump into the Kshir Sagar and go to sleep. You go into sleep. You are not awake. Brahmaji is awake. Therefore, he is going to get the vision of the Lord. Now, if that is what he has done, what you have to do? Same thing. Catch the moment when you think you are going to sleep, because you are identified with your mind. But if you understand that you are the knower of waker, dreamer, and waking, dreaming, and sleeping, so you are the other. So allow the waking mind to sleep, allow it to sleep. Means become quiet, become zero. You don't go to sleep. And if before the mind goes to sleep, means becomes quiet, if the thought is, I want the Lord, I want His darshan, chant the mantra. Don't you do? I want to get up at 5:30 in the morning and go to sleep. You will wake up at 5:30. So why can't, if you are nodding, so why don't you say, I want darshan of Vishnu? He will give. I want to become one with the Lord Ishvara. It will happen. Because at this very moment you are one with the Lord. You just don't know it. He has to reveal it. But you have to catch the window of opportunity. And that window of opportunity is at the edge of Kshir Sagar. To get to the edge of Kshir Sagar, the journey is as the Mother Earth in the form of cow, along with all the devatas, meaning park the body and you, along with your, withdraw from the senses, withdraw from your mind and come to the edge of the mind, meaning last thought. There you pray, Aham Brahmasmi. There you pray, Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram. There you pray, Om. Reality will reveal. This is what the yogis do. This is what the yogis do. Ramakrishna Paramahams, he fully dwelled in Islam. He came to understand Islam. Then he dived into Christianity, understood Christianity. Then Radha Bhav, Hanuman Bhav, everything he practiced. See? And still, mother was not giving her darshan. We are talking about darshan. Still, the Kali Mata was not giving him darshan. And in that frustration, in that pain of separation, what he did? He took the knife and he was ready to cut his head. Ready to offer his head. Very tamasic sort of offering. Ravana did the same. But he was ready to offer himself. He said, then it's not worth living for me. If I can't have your darshan, I've been your devotee for so long. And you have not given me darshan. And yet you rule my mind. And the moment he came to, this was the edge. This is the suicide. From human being's point of view, edge is suicide. He has gone over the cliff. That is what we say, isn't it? Cliff of what? Cliff of the mind. Cliff of understanding. Cliff of working out. हो गया, I can't understand, I don't know how, when, where, katak. Immediately Amma gave darshan. Immediately she gave darshan. You have that courage? We want everything nice सांबार, पहले खाना खा लो उसके बाद लेक्चर दो. Imbued with extreme delight and was according to the sanctions of the Vedas. Brahmaji, only his speech is Vedas. It's nothing else but that. And consisted of holy hymns and Puran sanctified stotras. Tatasfurat sahasranshu sahasra sadrusha prabha avirasi dhari prachyam desham vyapanayanstamaha Kathanchid drishtvan brahma durdarshamakrutatmanam indranila pratikasham smitasyam paralochanam. What verse is this? 9.
Number का है?
Padmalochanam 8 and 9. You go. Padmalochanam. So here he says, oh, one more. Where are we? 9, 10. Kiritahara keyura kundalai katakadibihi vibrajamanam srivatsa kaustubha prabhayanvitam. So, if you have understood what I have been trying to communicate to you all, it is not that Brahmaji just went. Brahmaji, who is Brahmaji? If you make it subjective, who is Brahmaji? Antahkaran chatushtaya. Brahmaji has 4 heads, you have 4 heads. Mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankar. This is your antahkaran. When Brahmaji went to the Kshira Sagar, when mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankar are at their wits' end, they cannot work it out anymore. They go to the edge of, okay, I am awake, I am alert, I am vigilant, but I don't know. But I know someone who knows. Because that antakaran chatushtaya, mana buddhi chitta ahankar, when they are focused on the source, then only they can come to the edge of the mind, isn't it? If they are focused on the, what is the other spectrum? World. What will world make them, make the mana buddhi chitta ahankar do? Get identified with so many things. Where so many things are there, then mind becomes cluttered. When it is cluttered, then you can't see the edge. Then you are not available to the divine. So antakaran chatushtaya, subjectively, and here, because it's a Puranic story, Brahmaji is given the name, the total antakaran chatushtaya. So he goes and remember what did I say? That he is at the edge of the Kshir Sagar and he is singing Om Sahasrashirasha Purushaha Sahasraksha Sahasrapad Sabhumim Vishwato Vritva. Or the Narayana Suktam is singing, or Narayana Upanishad is chanting. All he can do is do that. When your mind naturally is quiet when you are going to sleep every night, chant such mantras. Vishnu Sahasranam or do your japa, but with bhav. When you wake up in the morning, the world has not entered your mind, eyes are still closed, and you know you are awake. With a little bit of training, the moment you wake up, if you have gone to sleep with Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, you will wake up with Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Continue chanting as long as it goes on. And once it starts getting disturbed, then you wake up, go brush your teeth, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour. It's the most potent time. Most potent. Nature is naturally giving you that opportunity where your mind is uncluttered before sleep and after waking up. For whom? For Antakaran Chatushtay. Memories have not been invoked, world has not entered. At that time, I am a man or a woman, this idea is also not there. Hunger and thirst is not there. Likes and dislikes have not precipitated. There is no joy or sorrow. You're just there, lying in the bed. So when you invoke in that manner, with single pointed attention, then it's the grace. He may not, but here he appears. How does he appear? Then Sri Hari Vishnu. Now these 3 verses, 3 verses or 2 verses, how many? 3, 8, 9 and 10. The 3 verses he appears, and now that explanation. Now this is Saguna. But whom did he invoke? Nirguna. That Nirguna, can you know Nirguna? No. You cannot know Nirguna. So you have to make it to make the Nirgun, which is everywhere, to make it user friendly, it has to have some guna. It has to have some attributes. So what are the attributes? Space is Nirguna. It is infinite. So you invoke, this is north, this is south, acha, this is north pole, south pole. This is north, this is south. This is east, this is west. But from space point of view, there is no south, north, east, west. But you have created south, north, east, west. For what? For your benefit. So that you can move in the right direction and reach the correct destination. So same way, to have a relationship with someone, Brahmaji knows there is a force, there is an X factor. Who is my source? I don't know who he is. But whenever I call him, I don't go to him with every problem that comes my way. But whenever I know that the problem is out of my control, the creation that I created has become too strong and I can't do anything about it because I only given the wounds and now I can't kill him. He's gone AWOC. He's gone AWOC. So now what to do? You have to invoke the boss. Who's the boss? I don't know. But I know he is. But I don't know who he is. Sometimes he appears as Ananta Shayana. Sometimes he appears as Chaturbhuj Narayan. Sometimes he appears as the Dashavatar. Different times, different ways. Which one he is going to appear now? Let's see. Let's enter. So how does he appear? Then Sri Hari Vishnu, who was as splendorous and radiant as thousands of luminous suns, manifested himself in the eastern horizon, removing or dispelling the darkness of all the directions of the world in the process. So, very important point. The Lord here, he appears as a radiant. That yawn was because of the dinner. So, he appears as a light which is more effulgent than the thousand suns. Did I can't remember, but in the last class, did I explain this to you? That in yoga also, when you do dharana, dhyan, samadhi, then you come to this. These are certain experiences that a sadhaka, whether he is practicing Kriya Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Raj Yoga, they experience this light, this sun. See? Then there is, when you close your eyes, do you see darkness? With a little bit of light here and there. When that happens, you see only light, you don't see darkness. This is a very physical thing, I'm telling you. Some people experience the coolness of the moon. First sun comes, then moon comes. Then he cools it down. Because sun is hot. You need to cool down. So it's a very, very established experience in the Yoga Shastra. Here, from Puranic point of view, is the same thing. Na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam. So what is this light? This light is that which none of the other sources of light can illuminate. And where did it appear? It appeared in the east side. Where is the east, man? Oi Krishna, where is east? ठीक है नहीं तो आ जाएगा चढ़ हाँ. Now where is east? East is not where our sun rises. Where is east for Brahmaji? He is the father of sun also. So where will be east for him? जरा सोचिए. If Brahmaji is 100 times, 1000 times greater than the sun, so what? So there is no sun there. So where is east for Brahmaji? Because there is no sun there. And
Where he is facing, that is the east.
Amma, tell your husband that. Yes, wherever you face, that is the east. So where will the sun rise? He is with eyes closed, he is praying to that formless awake. Right in front, he rises in the Amma, you didn't mind, no? I made a joke of Hanuman.
No, Swamiji, no, Swamiji.
Good, thank you. Then I am free to do again.
Yeah. No worries, Swamiji.
And as a result, the darkness of all directions of the world in the process were removed. When that happens in our mind, the wakefulness happens. You are absolutely fresh even if you don't sleep the whole night. But we have to go. At a yogic level, we have to go beyond the sun. In the 9th verse he says, Shri Hari, who is most difficult to behold by sinners and those who lack any goodness and auspiciousness, because of his immense holy and divine splendor and majesty, was seen by Brahmaji with the greatest of difficulties. He also saw it with great difficulty. Remember I told you the story in Kenopanishad? Indra saw the Yaksha Purush only for a glimpse and then he vanished. Same thing is happening here also. Our Akhandanandji Maharaj from Vrindavan, he was a Vedanti and a devotee, and he used to chant Radhe Radhe. Krishna Bhagwan gave him darshan. Katak! Aaya aur gaya. But the image stayed. And that's the statue which you have seen there in the temple. And I have come across many people who have had darshan of the Lord. It is always only once. After that he doesn't come. Because then the pride comes, I have seen God. सबको बताते फिरते हैं. If you go and advertise, gone. He will never come back. But his appearance in our meditation is like a calling card. Many people, when they just begin their sadhana or their japa, the Lord reveals. But after that, you are hooked. You cannot be but hooked. Oh man, it was so wonderful, it was so divine, it was so ecstatic, it was so beautiful fragrance, beautiful feeling. I want it again. And that wanting it again is called mokshatva. Desire to live, desire to be one with the Lord. When you desire to be one with the Lord, then automatically your senses are in control, mind is in control, and you start working towards that. But if you are still distracted by the world, that darshan will never come again. It will never come again. It will come, next time it will come only when you are ready. Otherwise it doesn't come. That's up to the Lord. If He wants to give, He can, but in general, I'm telling you. Or for some people, they go in search of the Lord and they find themselves. They go in search of the Ishvara and they find the self. This Adhyatma Ramayana will open all your visions in all areas, in all angles. Was seen by Brahmaji with greatest of difficulties. Indranila Parikasham Smith Astham Asyam Padmalochanam, with his he saw that with his lotus eyes. His glowing radiant complexion was like the sapphire worn by or possessed by Indra. That is the next one. By Indra, the king of gods. His face had a sweet, pleasant smile and his eyes were large and attractive like a lotus. Padmalochanam. Indranila. Kya tha? Indranila Pratikasham. Smith is the smile. Then Kirita Hara Keyura Kundalai Katakadibihi Vibhrajamanam Srivatsa Kaustubhra Prabhayanvitam. Again, continuing, he was adorned by a crown. Kirit is the crown, Har is the garland, and a garland and the armlet and bracelet. Then what else is there? Kundalai is the earrings. What does he wear? What type of earrings he wears? Makara Kundala. That is what he wears. And then he has the finger rings, Katakadi Bihi, and then he has what else is there? Where are we? Fingering and other such ornaments, as well as was endowed with the radiance glow effusing from the footprints of sage Bhrugush. So sage Bhrugu, that story is there when he went and kicked the chest of Lord Narayana. So that imprint is also there, and that is the Bhrigu, Srivatsa, and the Kaustubhamani. Kaustubhamani came from our Satyabhama's father. It was the Kaustubha is the representative of the Lord's son. Whoever had that Kaustubhamani, there is immense wealth. He never gets poor. So Krishna said, leave it with the king. Otherwise, people will be jealous of you. They will kill you. And that story is there. When we take Mahabharata, we will look at it. And Kaustubh Mani worn by Lord Vishnu on his chest. So whom did he? So here, remember one more thing, which I have forgotten to mention. He did not have darshan of Lord Narayana. He had darshan of Lord Vishnu. He had darshan of Lord Vishnu, not darshan of Lord Narayana. Oh, Vishnu and Narayana are one. Yeah, we also know. So that way, so Brahmaji and Narayana also are one. Shivji and Narayana also are one. If you take Narayana as the Ishvara, then they are all one. Continuing, verse number 11 onwards. 11. स्तुवद्भिसनकद्यैश्च पार्षदै परिवेष्टितं शङ्खचक्रगदा पद्म वनमाला विराजितं स्वर्णयज्ञोपवीतेन स्वर्णवर्णाम्बरेण च श्रिया भूम्या च सहितं गरुडोपरि संस्थितं हर्षगद्गदया वाचा स्तोतुं समुपचक्रमे. So, what does he say? स्तुवद्भिः सनकाद्यैश्च पार्षदैः परिवेष्टितं शङ्खचक्रगदा शङ्खचक्रगदा पद्म, यहाँ पे ठीक नहीं है, वनमाला विराजितं. Sanakadi and other sages, because we remember Brahmaji has gone with his whole retinue. So Sanakadi are there, and other sages were singing his eulogies and had surrounded him from all sides. He was looking most glorious. See, did you notice another thing? Brahmaji is finding difficulty to see Lord Vishnu. Others are easily seeing him. Did you notice? He said he was finding it. What word did he say? That was seen by Brahma with greatest of difficulties. His glowing radiant complexion was dark like the sapphire worn by or possessed by the Indra and all that, the Neela Varna. It was difficult for Brahmaji to see. Just like it was easy for Agni Devta and Vayu Devta to see Yaksha Purusha in Keno Upanishad, but when Indra went, he only had a glimpse, he could not see him. But he knew there was someone. Similarly, Brahmaji knows there is someone. He can imagine. But all his creation, they are able to see him. And we are also Brahmaji's creation. We have captured him in the picture. We are smarter than Brahmaji. We have captured him in picture. We have captured him in the stone. See? थोड़ा सा हट के सोचोगे ना तो मजा आ जाता है कि द ग्रॉसर द माइंड, जितना मन जड़ हो जाता है, इट इज ईजियर टू इमेजिन. सटलर द माइंड, डिफिकल्ट टू इमेजिन. मीनिंग सटलर मीन्स प्योरर. Purer the mind, difficult to imagine. Purest the mind, very difficult. Because if you are going from Prithvi to Vayu, Jala to fire, as you are going through Kundalini also, Mooladhara is Prithvi, Swadhisthana is Jala, Apa, Manipur is Agni, Anahat is Vayu, and Vishuddhi is Akasha. So does Akash have any form? No. Does Vayu have any form? No. Where is the form? Only Agni has the form. So when Agni went, he saw someone. Vayu went, he saw, but in the air you can see ghosts, man. So same way, he also saw someone there. But Indra, he's the boss of all these demigods. He couldn't see. Same problem Brahmaji is having. Something that stood out to me just now. They started singing his praises and surrounded him from all sides. He was looking most glorious and resplendent. And how was he? He was Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. He was holding the conch, discus, mace and lotus in each one of his 4 hands. Conch is in this hand, left hand top. Discus is in the right hand top. Mace, Kaumudaki, is in the right hand bottom. And Padma is in the left hand bottom. He is wearing the Makara Kundala. He is having the Vanamala, the garland of sylvan flowers. He is having the Kaustuba gem. Hidden behind them is the Shrivatsa. Some say that the Bhrugu's step, footprint, but Shrivatsa is also the 3.5 curls of the white hair on his chest. White hair. And that 3.5 curls is the Kundalini, the Shakti. That is the Lakshmi. And then he is wearing the Pitambar, he's got the Kamarband, and he's got the wristlets, armlets. He's wearing the crown studded with jewels, and he's got the golden Janeu, and he was adorned by a golden sacred thread and a Pitambar, a silken yellow body wrapping, seamless garment worn by Vishnu, that is his Pitambar. He was accompanied by Lakshmi, and Mother Earth was astride Garud. He came on Garuda. Garuda is his vehicle. Garuda is the one of the biggest birds with a big wingspan. A legendary eagle in his mount, as is his mount. Seeing his stupendously beautiful image, Brahma began to sing his praises and glories with a throat choked with extreme delight and overcome with emotions. That also is another problem. If tears are continuously rolling, you can't even see clearly. What is our, when we come across Mahatma Ji, when we go to the temple, what do? Wherever we are standing, I want to see, thoda side pe ho na, mere ko dekhna hai. Thoda, you are trying to see the Abhishekam, or you are trying to see the Balaji or whatever, isn't it? It's so beautifully, if the Pujari has done the good job, it's a beauty to behold, isn't it? You do the same for movies also. You stand in queues for hours and hours to get the first show, first seat at the back to watch the movie. Huh? I have never done that. Not one movie. So, movie also we do the same. Now we have become spiritual. So we go and do that in the temple. Then we have become more spiritual. Then we do it in the meditation. Story wahi hai. Principle is the same. I always talk about general principles. What is happening in the Puranas is happening to you right now. Nothing is told in the Puranas or in the Upanishads or in the Yoga Shastras which is not taking place in your life right now. Some aspect of it is taking place. You don't know, that does not mean that it is not happening. Satsang is place where you are reminded of what is already taking place. Just like I gave you the example before sleep and after sleep example, isn't it? Just like a maid coming to the edge of Kshir Sagar, more accessible for you. How did I know? One is experience. Second is the words are of the satsangs that we have attended, but backed by experience. See? He was accompanied by Lakshmi and Mother Radha. Brahmaji began to sing his praises and glories with a throat choked with extreme delight. जप में भी ऐसे ही होता है. Till the jap, when it is reaching its climax, where it is going to stop and silence is going to begin, at that time, all those symptoms which were given before, when they can happen then, or if the Lord has given you darshan, then after that you begin. You cannot but sing or take the name of the Lord after that. You are helpless because now He has caught you. It's not that you are catching Him, He has caught you because He is singing out of your mouth. Like He is speaking out of this mouth here. ये जो भाव है ना, इसको you can't do justice to it. Words are impotent to explain this. So he started singing the Vedic stuti. Whenever Swamiji comes, Swamiji, pranam, sashtang namaskar, how are you? Oh, it's been so nice to see you. We have missed you so much. Oh, why did you take so long? It's 2.5 years that you have not come. Please come. This, that. And if you have seen the scene here, when he comes, he is just sitting there, and all of them are gleaming ear to ear. He is not saying anything, and everyone is beaming. Just doing nothing but tears of joy rolling out. Why? What has happened there? Reverence, respect. When we have reverence and respect for the Lord, when we have reverence and respect for the Atman, then it will happen. It is always happening. But mind is not available to it. So who is going to do the stuti? Atma is not doing the stuti. Brahmaji is doing the stuti. Who is Brahmaji? Mana, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankar at individual level. Who is doing the stuti? Mana, Ahankar, Brahmaji as a person. He has got 4 heads. So one is Ahankar. He is owning. Mana, where the thoughts come. Buddhi, where he has made a decision that of surrender. And from memory, Chitta, he is remembering these Vedic hymns and offering it to his beloved. If, like a few years ago, I went to Kailash, and from Kailash, one old friend who used to work with me in Middle East, she was living in Ireland, she was getting old, and now she's passed away, but she took care of me like her son, herself unmarried, but took care of me like a son, 3 years. And she introduced me to the Western Orchestra and British Council Library, and she used to pick me up and tell me which books to read and all that. अच्छा मेरा education हो गया साथ साथ. So she came for my graduation in Europe, and then when after I just sent her a message. I didn't know where she was, so I sent her friend who had got married and come to that city where I was staying, and I remembered her name. So I just looked at Facebook, I saw her name. I'm sitting in Kathmandu hotel. I said, and her thought was coming again and again and again. I said, अच्छा Juliet को बोलता हूँ डाला. I said, if you are the same Juliet who was with me in Baghdad with Mary, and if you know the whereabouts of Mary, please let me know. And टक send कर दिया, भेज दिया. अरे same evening, her call came. Hey, so and so, how are you? This, that. It's been 25 years that we have not met. Maybe 30 years, not 25. Oh, I don't know where Mary is and this, that, but I want to do this for you. I'll leave in next 10 minutes. I'm going to leave where she lives. This is the address. I say, yeah, that's the address I also have. So she drove 1 hour to that place, and she found out. And then she went to one butcher. The butcher said, I know the Mary family. I will inform her, you give your number and she will call you because she doesn't want anyone to get in touch. And she called. She says, hey, this person wants to come. She said, yeah. And before I left for Kailash, 3 days later, I left for Kailash. At the night, I got this email that you come to Ireland, I am eager to see you. So after Kailash, I went to Ireland to meet her. She was 82 that time. And just 1 year later, she passed away. And when she went there, it was like mother and son coming together. She gave her apartment for me to live. She went and stayed with her sister. But it was like, and showed me the entire Ireland. 3 days we traveled. How does it feel? How does it feel for you to come, or her to, when you have come after so many months? Imagine Brahmaji, after so many cycles of creation, he has gone back to Brahma, his father. What must be the feeling? And नया रूप भगवान का, अपने पिताजी का, his source, नया रूप, चतुर्भुज, that is his dearest. Brahmaji's dearest form which he loves is the Chaturbhujna, Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. So he is just over the moon. And when we see our children come after so many days, and we kiss, we smooch, we hug, we cook for them, we tell what happened, how was this, how was that, this, that, everything, the same thing. You know, Seema's son Rohit, he got into Macquarie.
Yeah.
So yesterday they came and they said, oh, Swamiji, I knew, he told me, but he had not personally met me. So he wanted to come because I think in 2 days' time he is leaving. Oh, this, that, how it was, how is this, you know. इतने दिनों के बाद मिला. तो वैसे ही ब्रह्मा जी का हाल है. गदगद हो गया दिल. Words, what words will come out? They can only come only of praise. They cannot be of judgment. They cannot be of ridicule. Words that will come out will only be of praise. And what best way to praise, or other than do a stuti? What is stuti? Sing the glory. Sing out his qualities. Now, that attributeless, formless reality is appearing in front of him as Chaturbhuj, in the Chaturbhuj form. Now he is going to sing the stuti. And these stutis are, in Bhagavad also we have seen the stuti come many times, and these stutis are the doorway. These stutis, they lull your mind. These stutis, they create the form of the Lord in front of you. These stutis, they put you into meditation. These stutis reveal the Lord in front of your eyes. So what is that? क्या time हो गया भाई? हाँ, हो गया. We'll start the stuti next week. But let's chant the two stutis, and today what we are going to do is After this lecture, satsang is over, Purnamada Purnamidam. After that, we are going to do the bhajans. After the bhajans, Aarti, Varti, sab kuch complete karke, those who want to stay back for the Ram Hridayam are welcome to stay back. Otherwise, I find not everyone is interested. So those who are interested can stay back and we will chant the Ram Hridayam. We are going to chant anyway. If someone stays back or doesn't, who cares? ब्रह्मोवाच नहीं तो चैंट कर ही लेते यार ओनली फ्यू ऑफ द वर्सेस आर देयर नथोस्मि ते पदम देव प्राणबुद्धीन्द्रियात्मभिः यच्चिन्त्यते कर्म पाशात् धृति नित्यं मुमुक्षिभिः मायया गुणमय्या त्वं सृजस्य वसितुम्पसि जगत्तेन न ते लेप आनन्दानुभवात्मनः तथा शुद्धिर्न दुष्टानां दानाध्ययन कर्मभिः शुद्धात्मता ते यशसि सदा भक्तिमतां यथा अतस्तवाङ्घ्रिर्मे दृष्टश्चित्तदोषार्पनुत्तये सद्योऽन्तर्हृदये नित्यं मुनिभिः सात्वतैर्वृतः ब्रह्माद्यै स्वार्थसिद्ध्यर्थम् अस्माभिः पूर्वसेवितः अपरोक्षानुभूत्यर्थं ज्ञानिभिर्हृदि भावितः त्वाङ्घ्रिपूजा निर्माल्य तुलसीमालया विभो स्पर्धते वक्षसि पदम् लब्ध्वापि श्रीसपत्निवत अतस्त्वत्पादभक्तेषु तव भक्तिश्रेयोऽधिका भक्तिमेवाभिवाञ्छन्ति त्वद्भक्ता सारवेदिनः अतस्त्वत्पादकमले भक्तिरेव सदास्तु मे संसारामयतप्तानां भेषजं भक्तिरेव ते इति ब्रुवन्तं ब्रह्माणं बभाषे भगवान् हरिः किं करोमीति तं वेदाः प्रत्युवाचातिहर्षितः भगवन् रावणो नाम पौलस्त्यतनयो महान् राक्षसानामधिपतिः मद्दत्तवरदर्पितः त्रिलोकीन् लोकपालांश्च बाधते विश्वबाधकः मानुषेण मृतिस्तस्य मया कल्याणकल्पिता अतस्त्वं मानुषो भूत्वा जहि देव रिपुं वपुः. So this is the stuti which will be addressing next episode, next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Guru Namaha. Harihi Om.